Welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. This is going to be the first of many series where I'm going to start doing a month ahead look at the astrology and pull a tarot month ahead reading for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So I'm really looking forward to this. So in October of 2021, we are going to have Mercury Retrograde September 27th through October 18th. And so Mercury will go direct on October 18th in Libra. We'll have a new moon in Libra on October 4th. Pluto will turn direct at 24 degrees in Capricorn also on October 4th. Saturn turns direct at 6 degrees of Aquarius on October 10th. We'll have a full moon at 27 degrees in Aries on October 20th. And Mars will enter Scorpio, its ruling planet, on October 30th. So I'm really excited to get into it. So please take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs for the month ahead. Okay, I'll see you then. Hi, Leo. Thanks for joining me here on Scorpio Soul Time. I appreciate you joining me here. This is a new segment on Scorpio Soul Time where we will look at the month ahead. This is for October of 2021. And what I have done is that first part of this video where I outlined the astrology for the month. We will look at the month as a whole, but then we will also pull some tarot cards and do 2 cards per week to really get an idea of how to use this energy. And this is really important so that you can plan for the future, but then as you're actually going through October, you can come back and look at how the weeks played out for you. So Mercury is actually still retrograde until October 18th when Mercury will go direct in Libra. There's a new moon in Libra on October 4th. Pluto turns direct at 24 degrees of Capricorn on October 4th. Saturn turns direct at 6 degrees Aquarius on October 10th. There's a full moon at 27 degrees Aries on the 20th. And Mars will enter Scorpio on October 30th. So there's a lot of energy just around planets that have been retrograde for a long time moving forward. So this could cause a little bit of disruption this month, but let's look at how it looks for you, Leo. Okay, so for the first week, you do have the 8 of Wands in reverse. So lots of information, feeling like you're doing stuff all on your own. But there's also the 6 of Wands in reverse. So that's really positive energy, seeing that fire energy, which you are a Leo. You have that fire energy. So that may be really positive, just maybe some stagnation with them being in reverse. The second week of October, we actually have the King of Pentacles. Have been seeing King of Pentacles in most of the readings today. So this is really positive information about resources. And the 9 of Pentacles. So definitely some news about either your job, resources, money. Third week, you have the Magician upright. That's really positive to see. And you have the 5 of Wands. So there was another sign that got, I believe, this Magician and 5 of Wands together in the same week. So I think this is really interesting energy. We'll talk about that when we get to the third week. The fourth week, we have the Strength card, and actually this is your card. You have the Leo and you have the number 8 major arcana. So you come up in your own reading. So this must mean you really have a good handle on being able to balance things this 4th week of the month. So that's very positive, Leo. And lastly, you have the Knight of Wands, which is another fire energy. I think that's interesting, that 4th week, because you're going to be entering into that full moon in Aries. So that makes a lot of sense with the fire energy. So let's start off the month here with the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. So what I love about the cards is how they just kind of play into the themes. And so that first week of October, you're coming into that new moon in Libra, which is going to be planting seeds of intention. So there could be some energy around you wanting to either get a passion project started, but you just have so much on your plate you haven't been able to focus, or maybe you've been able to hold everything down really well, but you know, you finally get to this part of the month where your boss is like, you know what, you've been doing a really good job. I know it's been hard, but I just need you to go a little while longer, and then you'll be getting, you know, time off. Or somewhere there's some celebratory news coming in here, but it's going to take some work to get there. And especially because these are both in reverse, there is this kind of like reverse feeling of going from the 7 to the 6 that first week of October. But I think it's going to be positive, but I think you're going to have to plant some seeds of intention of like how you want the rest of the month to go, or how you want your next lunation cycle to go after that new moon in Libra on the 4th. And Pluto also turns direct on the 4th. So that might be a little bit of this energy too, of kind of like feeling like you want to like end, but you just have to keep it going, so you're going to be able to get some kudos later on. Okay, so that second week of October, we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is really positive energy around your finances, Leo, around your resources. This may be piggybacking off of that energy that first week of October. That second week of October, we will have Saturn going direct in Aquarius on the 10th. And so this might also be energy around any type of job situation that you might be in. You might have a boss or a fatherly figure that's in charge of your finances, or maybe this could be you and you're in charge of someone else's, you know, paycheck or whatever. There is this feeling of like putting in the hard work and now reaping the rewards of this success, or being able to come into this energy of like this hard work up here has finally paid off by the time you get to that second week of October. By the time we get to the third week of October, that is when the full moon is actually in Aries, October 20th. So this Magician, really great energy to see, meaning like you have put seeds of intention out there, they're finally coming true, or this is you actually beginning a cycle, because, you know, the Magician is the beginning of the major arcana part of the deck. But do remember with this Five of Wands, 5 usually has to do with conflict. And so I'm kind of seeing, especially as we move into that fourth week of October when Mars enters Scorpio, there is kind of like this tension between like, be careful in terms of like what intentions you're setting, that they're not, that it's playful competition and not you kind of becoming like conceited or kind of like into this, almost into this part of your life where you're like stopping at no cost to get to what you want. Like make sure you're still keeping your intentions pure and you are seeking things in a good way, especially with you, Leo. Leo sign tends to get very fired up in terms of the things and the momentum that they want, and so they tend to like kind of stop at all odds, or like don't always have a regard for others when they are trying to go after their goals. So just remember that in this third week, not to get too wrapped up in just yourself, but just to keep things really pure in your intent. Okay, and then lastly, for the fourth week of October, when we are going into Mars entering Scorpio on October 30th, I think it's interesting that you did come up in your reading. So I think that's a really positive sign. And I think if you keep your intentions pure from here, that balance is really going to pay off that fourth week of October. With this Knight of Wands, that is that fire energy, but this also might be stemming from that full moon in Aries, which is a fire sign that you had October 20th. This in reverse is almost like you were trying to get momentum, but then like the universe is like, okay, I need you to slow down. Like you're trying to do too much. You're trying to go too fast. Like I need you to still kind of like keep things in a good pace. Like, you don't need to rush into anything. Don't be in lack mode. So I think that this is a really good yin and yang, because it's almost like the lion, you're taming the lion, but then the horse is like, okay, I gotta go, I gotta get this done. And that Mars entering Scorpio might be this energy right here. So just keep that in mind as you move through October. But overall, Leo, I think that this is a really good month. I think that you have a lot of positive energy going. If you can just stay in that really like forward thinking movement, I think you're going to do great. Just don't like get too much in lack mode, because I feel like that Seven of Wands is like, I've been doing everything on my own, when is it going to fruition? So just keep positive. It's looking good. Okay, you all, thank you, Leo, for joining me here on Scorpio Soul Time, and I will see you all later. Bye.